This week's film, Once Were Warriors, examines the Maori people and how media stereotypes certain groups, including the people in the movie. So one of the ways in the way that the film visually or narratively reinforced colonial stereotypes of these people, as talked about in the second document. The text says that, drawing on the work of anthropologist Mary Douglas, we argue that filth is disproportionately imputed to ethnic minorities, courtesy of media myths of criminality, and also we consider how dominant cultures cope with the threat of danger. So early on in the movie, you see the police officers dealing with the Maori people and how you have this difference of the police officers compared to the people when they were arresting and bringing one of the children home. You have these ways of highlighting certain individuals or characterizing them as either police officers on this side or, the Maori people on the other. And so early on in the movie, you see the difference between how different groups of people are highlighted. And then the film also uses media conventions like the cinematography, sound, things like that, to challenge or perpetrate these stereotypes. Also, from the first reading, we see because a retributive mindset poses a threat to the colonial enterprise, the promotion of harmony ideology helped colonists to manage and control indigenous populations. So whenever there is conflict, you see people fighting, and you see the men fighting and the women sort of backing down and allowing things or having things happen to them without them being able to fight back for themselves. And it sort of represents the colonial mindset that was forced onto these people, where only certain people can fight back. And in this movie, the women couldn't fight back for themselves and they were being overpowered. And so you see, as these characters learn and grow, the women, especially the wife, forgives the husband and has these bad things happen to her, but she still forgives them. But then the men, they fight, and they're always hitting each other to try and fix their problems. And then how this film reflects broader patterns of indigenous misrepresentation. The first document also talks about this. The situation described in Once Were Warriors might be arbitrarily associated with other minorities. In depicting a particular minority, care must be taken to ensure the imagery is wise and constructive. So in that article, it talked about being misrepresented, having these characters represent something else, and that impact can be overwhelmingly negative for the people who are trying to be represented and the people who are being misrepresented. So the way that these characters learn, the way that these characters grow throughout this film can be tied back to other groups of people, which can be harmful to the targeted group, the targeted audience, and the other group that is being represented as well. So throughout the movie, you see how these different characters react to things, and you see that their representation could be more than just the Maori people.